Hey guys, welcome to episode 2. Now, before I start, I know you might be looking at the change of scenery. I'm actually in my mom's room right now, but this is because I have my cousin staying over here right now and I can't be in my room. Actually, on that side note, I do have a life update. So, last week I was not able to post because my mom had a bad fall. And she actually went to the hospital and we found out that she has 2 fractures in her foot. And so as of last Monday, she is on crutches. So yeah. I also just haven't gotten around to making it until now. Because I'm a chronic procrastinator. And also because I had other stuff to do. Sorry. I actually do start, my college classes started this week. I have IT class, a career exploration class. Well, actually, that career exploration class doesn't start until next week. But I do have a ceramics 2 class, which starting Saturday. Yeah, I do have a class on Saturday. And I'm very, very, very excited for it. And on a side note, on that kind of same note, I have a lot of content in store for you guys and also on Instagram, which I'm looking forward to doing, but I've just never been a long form kind of person. Sorry, like a short form kind of person. But yeah. And I actually have a surprise for you coming out today. So if you're watching this on Friday, I hope that you tune into my Instagram, because if you live in the Cleveland, Ohio area, I'm going to be selling cookies. So it's actually going to be $2 for Red Velvet, $2 for Chocolate Chunk, and $5 for Cookie Monster. So I'd really appreciate it if you tune in. I'm trying to raise money for my Japan spending money and also for college and just life in general. So anyways, on to the video, because we do have a lot of questions to cover. The topics of this video is going to be physical health and self-care, which I'm very excited to talk about because actually I'm recording this on a snow day, so it's a great opportunity for some self-care. It's a great opportunity to, take a little bath, like get a bath bomb and take a bath, or, call some friends, play some games. Anyways, but that's not what the first topic is. It's of course physical health, and I have a lot to go over. I also have some family members downstairs talking, so that's why it's gonna, if you hear any background noise. Anyways, for questions, the first question is how to upkeep good physical health. Staying active will always help you with this. Experts actually recommend experts recommend 2.5 hours of moderate exercise, which not just low effort, genuine, something that gets your heart racing, you know what I mean? They also say that moving more has been linked to benefits, and upkeep in muscle helps too, especially for women, because once you get older, your muscle actually deteriorates as you go into menopause. So I know the media is pushing be super skinny to you, but that's not what you're supposed to be doing. You need to keep that muscle so that when it starts deteriorating, or when it, deteriorates as you get older, you can still have that muscle. Muscle is very, very important. Okay, it's also recommended to do strength training 2 to 3 days a week. And no, strength training will not make you bulky unless you want to be bulky. You know how much you have to eat to be bulky? You know how much you have to exercise to be bulky? No, picking up some 10-pound weights will not make you look like a bodybuilder, okay? Please. Eating a variety of healthy food and limiting unhealthy food will also help. Of course, everybody says this. And finding out which foods to avoid and which foods to add will also help a lot. And lastly, minimizing smoking and reducing stress. And also, I'll put the source up here. It'll be up there. So I have, the next question is, what does each vitamin do? I have a lot of stuff in this question, so just get ready. So there's 2 types of vitamins, water-soluble and fat-soluble vitamins. The fat-soluble vitamins are more easily absorbed because they're stored in the liver. They're more easily absorbed when there's dietary fat. So, like, think of, like, good fatty foods. I would think, like, my first thought is, like, avocado, because I heard that avocado is a good fatty source. Like, you don't want, like, bad fatty sources. Yeah. Anyways, they're stored in liver, in the fatty tissue, and in muscle. Fat-soluble vitamins include vitamins A, D, E, and K. And the next one is water-soluble vitamins, which are not stored in the body and leave through urine. Gross. They also have to be consumed on a regular basis to prevent deficiency. The exception, though, is vitamin B12, which can be kept in the liver for years. Wow, thanks, B12. Water-soluble vitamins include all vitamin Bs and vitamin C. Good on you, vitamin C. Anyways, look at all the stuff. Look at all these vitamins I have to go over. Oh my god. Okay, so I'm going to start with fat-soluble vitamins first. So, vitamin A can help form and maintain healthy teeth, bones, and soft tissue, mucous membrane, skin and tissue in the retinas. So you can find vitamin A in liver, eggs, dairy, fish, colorful fruits. Sorry, guys, I just went up and down. Not up and down the stairs, but I haven't eaten anything yet, so. Just give me a second. Okay, so the next one is vitamin D, and vitamin D helps the body absorb calcium, maintain proper blood levels of calcium and phosphorus. You can find it in fatty fish, fish liver oil, fortified milk, and dairy. Then we have vitamin E. Vitamin E helps form red blood cells and use vitamin K. You can find it in avocados, papaya, mango, and seeds and nuts. And then lastly, of the fat-soluble vitamins, you have vitamin K, which is all the way down at the bottom, which is needed for blood. And then it's found in cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli, and Brussels sprouts, and also beef. Some of these vitamins actually have, like, less information than the others because they're not as, like, common, I believe. Not, like, not common, it's just, like, not talked about. Like, you think of vitamin D when you think of that stuff, like, vitamin D. Yeah. But anyways, now on to water-soluble vitamins. I'm going to start with vitamin K because the rest of them are B vitamins. Vitamin C, aka ascorbic acid, promotes healthy teeth and gums, helps the body absorb iron, maintains healthy tissue, and is essential for wound healing. Okay, you can find it in citrus fruits, broccoli, strawberries, spinach, and potatoes. Okay, now on to all of the B vitamins. Let's start with vitamin B6, which is pyridoxine. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce them. Vitamin B6 helps form red blood cells, maintain brain function, and is needed for protein. You can find it in fish, potatoes, bananas, and avocados. Then you have vitamin B12. It helps with metabolism, helps form red blood cells, and maintains central and the peripheral nervous system. You can find it in a lot of protein, meat, fish, dairy, and eggs. Vitamin B7 helps with metabolism of protein and carbohydrates and helps with the production of hormones and cholesterol. You can find it in chocolate, egg yolk, milk, pork, and nuts. And then we have vitamin B3, which is niacin, and it helps maintain healthy skin and nerves. You can find it in lean meats, avocados, eggs, and nuts. We have 4 more B vitamins to go. Next, we have vitamin B9, folic acid, which works with B12 to form red blood cells. It's needed for the production of DNA, and you can find it in beets, lentils, asparagus, and broccoli. Next, B5, pantothenic acid, which is for metabolism for food, production of hormones, and cholesterol. You can find it in beef, chicken, mushrooms, and eggs. Most of these things you can really find in eggs. Like, most of these things you can find in eggs or beef or any kind of meat, you know what I mean? That's why it's kind of worrying when I hear people like say they're cutting like meat out of their diet, because meat can be harmful, but it can also be very, very, very helpful. It just matters like that you're cleaning it and you're getting it from the right places, you know? Anyways, then you have vitamin B2, which is riboflavin. I don't know how to pronounce that, sorry y'all. It works with the other B vitamins for body growth and the production of red blood cells. You can find it in dairy, lean beef, greens, green vegetables, and eggs. And then lastly, we have vitamin B1, which is thiamine, and it helps body cells change carbs to energy, helps with essential heart function, and healthy nerve cells. Then you can find it in egg, peas, organ meats, and whole grains. I hope you guys all understood the importance of all these vitamins. You really do not want to be deficient in any of these. And speaking of deficient, there's also these two other vitamins that are on here, choline and carnitine. And choline helps normal function of the brain and nervous system, and carnitine helps fatty acids and to energy. And again, the source will be up there at the beginning. Now, the last question for this subject is, how do I know when it's time to go to the doctor? Persistent pain, shortness of breath, confusion, and random weight loss. Like, I guess it can be like different if you're trying to lose weight and then you suddenly see the pounds dropping off of you. So you might think this is a good thing, like, oh, it's working and stuff. But like, if you think about the stuff that you ate like for the last few weeks and it's not giving weight loss, and you're kind of like sitting there like, interesting that I'm just losing weight this quickly, maybe you should go to the doctor. And especially if there's added with these other 4 symptoms. Okay, topics. Supplements for healthy vitamin dosage. I just wrote down some brands here. I have Nature Made, Ollie, and Goli. I actually took a Goli gummy like earlier today. It's pretty good. Like, it's actually like yummy. It was just like a little bear gummy vitamin. They're red. I'll put a picture up on the screen that I took this morning. My mom finds it gross, but I think they're really sweet and I think they taste good. Anyways, next topic, exercise. Try to get 30 minutes to an hour of exercise per day. I usually try to hit 10K steps like every day. Actually, I actually can't show you my habit thing because it's personal to me, but I have been getting 10K steps every single day since the beginning of the year, and I'm very, very happy about that. And I actually went to the gym this Monday, but me and my boyfriend, we did leg day, right? And it was like a whole bunch of squats and stuff, and we did incline walking on the treadmill, like at 8% or 10%, don't remember. No, it was 15%, and I was at we were both at 2 speed. Oh my god, my legs have been hurting since that day. And I actually need to do arm day tomorrow, but either way. And then lastly, iron. This is more for me specifically because I'm anemic. Take my iron pills or gummies, which I actually did today. I took my gummies this morning, okay? But that's also because my cousin reminded me and she gave everybody their gummies and vitamins and stuff. She's very sweet. Anyways, how-to goals. Again, how to achieve these goals. The goal is to exercise regularly and identify problems when they're repetitive. I want to find an exercise routine that works for me. I encourage you to as well. Set up a gym routine and learn my hospital website, aka my MyChart. So that's that's how I'm going to achieve my goals. Anyways. Okay, the next topic, self-care. Very, very fun. I love self-care because self-care means like you can do anything you want to do. And it's basically like a cheat code to dopamine. You know what I mean? Anyways, I have down here the act of engaging in I have down here the questions. What qualifies as self-care? I got the source up here, Rocky Vista Health Center. What qualifies as self-care is the act of engaging in different activities to gain or maintain an optimal level of overall health. Okay, and they actually wrote 8 different kinds of self-care to improve your life or to, feel your best. The first one is physical. Actually, the first two I've already talked about, I believe. First two, mental health and physical health, or physical self-care and mental self-care. Basically, physical self-care, eating right, exercising, etc. Literally everything I just told you. Please listen to my videos. Please listen. Anyways, and mental self-care, which is literally, like I said, taking care of yourself. Oh, my phone is on 15%. Gotta speed it up. But like I said, engaging in that mental self-care of going to therapy, helping your anxiety, like trying to calm yourself down, or keeping stress out of your life. Another big thing in all of these topics, keeping stress out of your life. Kick that stress out the door, okay? If something does not need to be interacted with, it doesn't need to be interacted with. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't need to insert yourself into something, then don't insert yourself. Like, this doesn't, necessarily imply for, I don't know, what am I saying? Like, random encounters. Like, if you're seeing a guy harass a girl on the train or something. Sorry, I saw a comic about that, and I was like, yeah, you should interfere. I don't care if it causes you stress or not. Well, it's not that I don't care. It's just that it feels like a lot of people nowadays are bystanders. But, guys, wrong topic. I have a lot of opinionated thoughts. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Back on topic. Third, emotional self-care. Getting rid of the bad influences in your life so that you can be happy. Setting your boundaries. Set your boundaries. Set your boundaries. Please set your boundaries. It doesn't matter who you are. If you're not setting your boundaries, people will, 1, walk all over you, and 2, probably not respect you. And I'm sorry to say that, but I'm not really sorry to say that, because if you don't set boundaries, then nothing good is gonna come of it. Like, I can't think of one good thing that comes off of not setting your boundaries, okay? Anyways, environmental self-care. I wasn't really surprised to see this on the list. It's basically keeping care of your room, literally cleaning your room, going through your closet and maybe getting rid of old clothes that don't fit, donating them, like things like that, cleaning up the trash around your room, doing a load of laundry, etc. Then you have financial self-care, making sure you're in a good enough space, like in a good space financially, saving money, investing in yourself, investing in things that will get you more money, etc., etc. An example of this would literally be me buying my cookie mix. Actually, a little secret. I don't actually use cookie mix for my cookies, but people should know that. Anyways, then you have social self-care, which is basically, finding the right people to be around, like finding people who understand you and who hear you out, like having that good friend group. I literally met with my friend right before New Year's. I think it was literally New Year's Eve. She was talking to me about how she found a new friend group and stuff, and how the things that happened to her in her old friend group would never happen in this friend group because they care about her and they would never let that happen to her. I have a goal for this year to find a friend group like that, especially with me going to college. Anyways, then you have recreational self-care. Okay, recreational self-care. This is actually the fun one. The fun one, recreational self-care means to basically take care of yourself. Take care of the little kid in you. That's actually literally what it means. It literally means taking care of the little kid in you, kind of. So that's like taking the time to lay down and watch a cute movie on Netflix, watch a rom-com on Netflix, rewatch one of your favorite movies, color in on a coloring book. It's like stuff like that. Recreational self-care will always help, in my opinion. I love watching a good movie or rewatching one of my favorite movies, things like that. And then lastly, spiritual self-care, which is basically, like meditating, yoga, spending time in nature, etc., etc., because those things will also always help you. Always help you. And also manifestation. Manifestation is like one of my favorite things ever. Sorry, my iPad was about to fall off my lap. Favorite things ever to do. Last year, I did my vision board. Everything on that vision board came true. I think I already told you guys this. Everything on my vision board literally came true. I should literally be one of these manifestation YouTubers, the way that everything goes right for me. Like, that's all I have to say about that. I do want to make a video about manifestation in the future, but I haven't gotten around to it, okay? I have to stop getting so ahead of myself, okay? Anyways, second question. The same source as last time, Rocky Vista Health Center. How can self-care benefit you? Self-care can make you feel nourished and it makes you feel healthy, and it helps you show up as your healthiest and happiest self, okay? Okay, topics. How to find adequate skincare, because I find skincare like the same thing as self-care. Like, it's kind of similar in the words skin, self. Okay, whatever. I use the Yuka app. I'm going to put a video here of me using the Yuka app. I'm not sponsored, but I do love the app. Basically, the Yuka app is a app that you can use to scan your product. So if I wanted to say scan this little serum right here, all I have to do is find the QR code or whatever on the side and scan it with my phone, and Yuka will literally pull up that on it will pull up the product on the thing, and it will give you a scale or rating from 0 to 100, and it will let you know what the bad ingredients are. Like, it won't just give you the score, it'll give you the bad ingredients, it'll give you like why they're risky, the good ingredients, etc., etc. They even have like features where you can switch out, like you scan something and it'll show you better alternatives to that thing. And they do have a search system, but that search system is for members only. So if you feel the need to commit to that, I go ahead and commit to that. And it also gives you like an area where you can look at certain food, like the rankings of the best food. So like, let's say if you want to get some candy, but you want to get like the healthiest candy in the store, you can find that on Yuka. You can go to the candy and it'll tell you like, here's rated from 1 to 15 or 14 the best candies that you can buy. Okay, so actually here's my location. The next topic is my locations for self-care, or the stores that I like. I personally go to Marshalls, TJ Maxx, and on a side note, Ulta and Walmart. Ulta and Walmart are basically if I really want something that will stay with me, like consistent self-care. Because Walmart, it'll have, that brand that you like and you can buy it repeatedly. Ulta, it'll also have that brand that you like, but at a higher price. That's why I usually go to Marshalls or TJ Maxx, because they can still have really good skincare if you use the Yuka app. They can really have good skincare for lower prices than you'll find at Ulta or Walmart. But the only problem with it is that, you'll have to go and search for that same product. So the last time I went, I saw a product that I used before, and I immediately grabbed it because I was like, I don't know when I'm going to see it again. And it worked really well for me, which I think that's also something that I do want to improve on, because I think it would be good for me to find a consistent skincare routine. Anyways, next on skincare, finding your care, okay? Or in also my case, my care, because you need to find, everybody has different skin types, and everybody has their own process of trial and error. I remember when I had really bad acne. I'm not gonna put a picture of that. Really bad acne back in like middle school. People will know. My middle school friends, they'll know. I had really bad acne, and you can kind of still see the acne scars, but I feel like it's cleared up a lot since then. I used to have really bad acne breakout, and I had considered getting that Curology for my skin because I didn't know what would work and stuff. But it was mostly because I didn't really have an active skincare routine, and I'm really happy it went away because it kind of just went away. It went away. I want to say sophomore year. Anyways, yeah, it's a process of trial and error. Even though it says 100 and 100 out of 100 on Yuka, it might not be 100 out of 100 on your skin, if you know what I mean. Like, everybody's skin is different, and other skin might react to this way, and other skin might react to that way. And also, you have to account for allergies. So, just, start with finding something that's good on Yuka, finding something that's good for your skin, so that you don't have that problem in the future, or that you have, you're kind of closer to the finish line than further away from it. You know what I mean? Because some people who just pick up stuff off the shelf and be like, yeah, this will work, and then it makes them break out more. Okay, last how-to goals for the day. The goal is to find my source of comfort. This can also be for you, but it's like for both of us. Like, because we're like this. Like, are we not like this? I gotta do my nails. Anyways, finding self-care products that are good for you. Amazing. I love doing that. Finding your source of comfort will, finding your self-care products that are good for you will help, okay? Because once you have those self-care products, it'll be easier to keep up with the routine, if you know what I mean. Sorry, I'm scratching my leg. And then finding products, this one is for me. Finding products that you can use in the shower. I really want that vibe of having a bath bomb without an actual bath. Like, I like showering more than I like bathing. Because bathing kind of feels like you're just sitting in your own dirt. Anyways, try to make the most of what you have at home. I already have skincare products at home. Me and my mom, we are big on skincare. Like, there's at least 5 products of skincare on her table right now, 5 products on her desk right now, and probably 5 more products in my room. And no, 5 more products in the bathroom, 5 more products in my room, and I know half of them are expired. So I think part of that is using what I have, but not using the, products that are expired or products that might not be good. It really is just trial and error, but it doesn't have to be, because self-care isn't necessarily all about skincare. Self-care is also about, finding your comfort again, like laying in bed and drawing, or laying in bed listening to music. It really can be anything. It really can literally be anything. It's finding what works for you. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys. I hope you guys very much enjoyed this video. I'm sorry I didn't post last week. Even when I don't post, I want to make an effort to post on my community notes like, hey, I'm not going to be releasing a video this week, because mostly I do most of my announcements on Instagram, and I need to expand and stuff. I hope you guys go and buy some cookies, and I hope you guys are having a great year so far. Okay? Bye-bye.